This is Jeremy McLaren, Director of Marketing for Qolsys, and today we're going to give you an introduction to our company and the IQ panel. We'll give you an overview of the basic features and functions you'll encounter as an end user and as an installer. Before we begin, we want to show you a short video.
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could. Yeah, times are changing everywhere. Do we dream and do we dare? It's up to you, the door is open wide. Feel the rhythm of today, learn the part and join the play. The world is here, let's take it for a ride. You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could. Larger, larger than, bigger, bigger than, living hopes and dreams. Every boy and girl, higher, higher than, brighter, brighter than, all you wanted. You know you could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You can have all you ever wanted. Larger, larger, bigger, bigger, living hopes and dreams. Every boy, you could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted. You know you could.
First off, Qolsys was founded in Silicon Valley, and the name Qolsys stands for Quality of Life Systems. Our whole goal is to improve the quality of life through innovation and technology. We were founded in Silicon Valley, California, and early on created partnerships with very large companies, Foxconn, the same company that builds all the high-end electronics you can think of, your Apple iPods, Dell computers, Xboxes, and they're the ones who partnered with us to build the IQ panel. Additionally, we partnered with Alarm.com, the world's premier interactive services provider. Together, we've been able to create the IQ panel. The IQ panel is a 7-inch Android touchscreen. We believe that 7 inches is the new standard. It gives us real estate to display more information. We've tried to build a very intuitive user interface to it that's menu-based and easy to use. Not only easy to use, but also easy to teach, which is really important for installers. The 7-inch screen is resistive touch for safety, so that means you can still use it even if you've got gloves on or if you've got long fingernails. And then, of course, the Android operating system gives us a lot of advantages. The built-in camera on the panel allows us to take what we call disarm photos. Every time the panel is disarmed, a camera built into it snaps a photograph of who disarmed the panel, and then it also logs the date and time and whether or not a valid code was used. The SD card slot built into the side of the panel allows us to install photos onto the panel. It also allows us to do software upgrades manually. The IQ panel has 6 wireless radios built in with no external antennas. This includes a Wi-Fi radio, a CDMA cellular radio, a security RF radio, which is working on the 319 frequency, a Z-Wave radio, the image sensor radio, and Bluetooth. The IQ panel uses Android, as I mentioned, and that did several things for us. First off, it gave us a developer toolkit, which enabled us to really build a lot of great features that people would be expecting. It also gives us the ability to upgrade the software, and we could do that through the Wi-Fi radio that we mentioned. We have a built-in video player that we can leverage. There's pre-built chimes and sounds. There's a keyboard already, and multilinguistic support, which enables us to do multiple languages within the single hardware platform. Wi-Fi radio that's built in allows us today to do software upgrades. The built-in cellular radio is currently a Verizon CDMA radio. However, we are coming out soon with a panel that will also have an AT&T HSPA Plus radio. We also have that security RF radio I mentioned. That allows us to pair security sensors, fire sensors, life safety sensors, and we can do a total of up to 59 zones or sensors. Our Z-Wave radio will power up to 18 lights, control up to 6 locks, can connect with up to 18 smart sockets, and will be able to control up to 5 thermostats. The image sensor radio built into the panel will pair with up to 5 image sensors. The image sensor is a motion sensor with a built-in still camera, allowing you to peek in right now, peek in the next time your device detects motion, or automatically when the alarm is triggered will capture alarm images. It comes with a 24-hour lithium-ion battery, and built into the panel is a 90 decibel SIA-rated siren. The terminal block that is installed in the back of the panel runs off a 12-volt DC power supply. It has 2 hardwire inputs and a siren output. It does have an app on the device called Photo Frame. We preload it with stock photos, but you can also download Wi-Fi photo sets, and you could use it to load your company's marketing images or messaging. It's a great way to continue to talk to customers. Maybe you want to put some tips on there, or the customer can use the SD card and load their own family photos onto it as well. You can create up to 242 users if you can choose what role you want those individuals to have, and you can even set an expiration date on that user so that that person would only have access for the time that you dictate. The panel's custom text-to-speech feature allows us to create custom sensor names and device names. When you open a door, your panel will actually speak the names, for example, Sarah's bedroom window. Additionally, the custom speech can be leveraged for the language translation. So Spanish is available within a few touches, and other languages will come soon thereafter. There's an auto-learn app built into the panel that allows you to quickly pair sensors. It's menu-based, and it's probably the most simple pairing you've ever experienced. You can insert custom names in there, and we use intelligent options to prevent accidental zone configuration. So if you set something as a door, you're never going to accidentally program it to function like a motion sensor or like a smoke detector. You're only given zones and behaviors that are associated with doors and windows. There's no POTS line. We've tightly integrated with alarm.com, and virtually every option on the panel, every setting, can be controlled remotely via AirFX. We wanted to give you a little demo of how the panel works, so I'm going to show you what we call the IQ Panel emulator. This is the IQ Panel. You can see here at the top is the built-in camera. This top bar is what we call the header bar. It also is used to tell status, and it's color-coded, so whether it's green, it's yellow, or red, you'll know the status of the panel at any given time from a distance. The bottom down here, these hard buttons, this is the home button, and from any page you can press this and get back to your home screen. This button here is used for panics, so if you click that button, it'll bring you to panic options, police, fire, and medical. Down at the bottom is a microphone, and that microphone's built in, can be used for two-way voice service with the built-in speakers that are on the panel as well. You can see in this main navigation area, we've got arming options, weather, as well as camera and video. You can see your status here, access your home control here, and then we've got a variety of apps. The bottom footer bar or help bar has our settings, our help features, as well as our contact us, which can be customized for the dealer. So when you arm, well, you simply click to arm, and you've got your arming options right here, arm stay or arm away. You can toggle exit sounds on or off, entry delay on or off very quickly. You can also bypass zones, touch the sensors and the check marks right in here. The weather, you can see, will give you a 4-day weather forecast and shows your current status of the weather right here on the front. Your camera video app can be secured with a code, but is not required to be. That's up to the homeowner. And within there, you can access your disarm photos and see who's disarmed the panel and when, and be able to delete those as desired. You can also access your image sensor pictures taken by your image sensors throughout your house. The status app gives you the status of every sensor within your system. The alerts tab within status tells you what kind of issues might have come up. The alarm event history gives you the ability to see every alarm that's gone on and the time and date associated with it, and you can quickly acknowledge these by checking a box, and that will clear it out. The home control app houses your Z-Wave status. You can see the status of all your Z-Wave devices, and then you can control things like your thermostat. You can turn your thermostat up or down. You can control your smart sockets, and then also see details of how much energy they're using at any given time. You can control your door locks, and you can lock or unlock your doors. The apps feature has an ability to clean your screen, so you can actually take time to clean the screen off if you need to. When you're done with that, you can just hit home. Safety sensors are used for things like medicine cabinets, gun safes, pool gates, things that you don't necessarily want to be armed when your system is armed, but things that you want to be notified of. And you can program two types of safety sensors. You could program a safety sensor that will only chime. You could also program a safety sensor that will set off an alarm. The sound app gives you easy access to all your sounds settings, whether it's treble beeps, chime settings, voices. You can edit individual chimes, change your master volume, all the above. There's also an app called Photo Frame, and this basically allows someone to turn their panel into a photo frame. It would rotate through the pictures that are preloaded in the panel, or if the person wanted to load them from their SD card, they could click that and slide an SD card inside of it and either add to or replace the library itself. The settings app gives you access to a number of settings. You can also access system settings like connecting to Wi-Fi, sound, brightness, accessing your SD card, as well as changing the date and time. You can go into user management and add, or edit, or delete users. You can see the information on your panel in the About section, things like your cellular signal strength, your IP address, things like that. Change your timers if you wanted to change your delay timers for your entry or exit delays. You can also do software upgrades from here, where you can check to see if there are software updates available, and it will automatically download that and install it. Another thing you can do from there, if you're having a problem with your panels, you can reboot the panel. Simply click this and click OK. You can also power down the panel if you were planning on removing it and either storing it or moving it to a new location. Right now, if I click Help, it presents me with a number of video tutorials, and it will actually play a video on my screen on whatever subject it is. Maybe it's adjusting sounds or how to create a new user. There's also FAQs that will tell me how to do various things that maybe don't have a video tutorial associated with them. That other app that's down here in the corner is Contact Us, gives you the ability to provide your name, contact information, email, etc., even your website, to your end user, so that if they have a question or a problem, they would know exactly who to contact. And you can push out messages to them using the message center. Within settings, you also have the ability to use the quick install app, and that's one of the things that we mentioned early on, and I wanted to show that to you real quick. If I go into here to security sensors, and I want to auto learn a sensor, I would simply tamper or trip a sensor by opening up its case, and when I do that, it's going to give me a message. This particular sensor is requesting to be added to your list. Do you want to continue? And I click OK. Well, now I'm given pre-built options. I can see this is a door window sensor, front door. It's using chime number 1. It's entry exit delay, and voice prompts are on. If I'm happy with everything here, I just click add and it's done. If I want to edit any of them, I click door window, for example, and I can change the type of sensor. Maybe it's a motion sensor or a glass break or smoke detector or whatever. If I want to change my sensor name, I could go in and say maybe it's a front window, back door, or back window, or even use a custom description. And I can go in here and click here, and maybe I want to type in Sarah's bedroom window or something like that, and it would appear here. And when I add that sensor, it'll actually appear in the list and will chime whatever name that I've given it. There's a lot more to the panel. We tried to build it so it was as intuitive and easy to use as possible. If you do have any questions or problems, our documentation available on our dealer portal has been created specifically to double as a training manual. The installation manual specifically can answer almost every question you might have. In the event that you don't find the answer you're looking for, we do encourage you to call our tech support line at 855-4QOLSYS. In addition to the IQ panel, we also have a full line of peripherals, including life safety devices, security devices, and convenience devices. The IQ panel and our full line of peripherals can be purchased from any of our distributors nationwide. You can visit Qolsys.com/distributors for a distributor near you.